is normal, missing someone and missing someone.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Terry, and in today's video I'm going to be trying out the underpainting makeup technique. So I've seen a lot of people try this technique. Some of them didn't like it and some people did, but I've never really tried it on myself. So today is going to be one-on-one with you guys trying out this technique together. If it helps, well, we've got another technique under our belts, but if it doesn't, well, we move. Today's video is super exciting because it's going to be a collaboration between me and my friend Mukhtar. She's also an amazing beauty YouTuber based here in Accra, Ghana, and she happens to also be a professional makeup artist. So yes, she's got all the big guns. Similar to my video, she also breaks down makeup and skincare, and she also shares her life in the most engaging vlogs. Guys, you can binge watch her vlogs all day. So I'm going to be linking Mukhtar's channel in my description box down below, so please do click the link so you can also watch another completely different variation of this makeup technique, especially if you have lighter skin than me, because she does have lighter skin than me. She's also going to be using completely different products, so if you want another variation, please do check out her video, and it will mean a lot to me, guys, if you'd also hit the subscribe button on her channel in my description box. She's on her way to 100,000 subscribers this year, so please guys, help us make that a reality. If you're new to my channel, please feel free to hit the subscribe button down below and turn on your post notifications so you never ever miss any of my videos. So without any further ado, let's get right into this video. Hi! Guess who got braids? I'm so excited. So my eyes are looking a bit tired today, so I've gone in with my caffeine solution from The Ordinary underneath my eyes to help, you know, to give my eyes that awake look. So to start off, I haven't yet put on my sunscreen, and you know we need the sunscreen. I'm going to be applying the Black Girl sunscreen today. And this sunscreen first goes on a bit white when you first apply it, but it does get oxidized. This sunscreen is so moisturizing, guys. It's just like another moisturizer on your skin. So I'm going to wait a couple of minutes and then go in with my primer. So I'm going to first prime my face using my poreless face primer. I'm going to be using just about 2 pumps underneath my eyes because that's where I tend to have a lot more pores. So with this technique, I think you're just supposed to go on with your normal base routine. And then I'm going to apply some on my forehead. So just basically everywhere my pores are more visible. And this primer really does blur out your skin, and it's super affordable. You know me, I'm all about affordable makeup and skincare products because we still on a budget. This second primer is completely optional. You don't have to go in with it, but I'm just a bit extra and I feel like it helps to minimize my hyperpigmentation a lot more. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but yeah, I still do have a little hyperpigmentation, and I'm going to apply that on the areas where I did not apply the poreless primer. So now I'm going to go in with a little translucent powder on the center of my face to help to control oil production. I'm not going to use a lot because I do have dry skin, so I'm just going to use a little dab of powder. And today I'm going to be using my RCMA no color powder. But really any translucent powder should do the trick for you. So with this technique, I know you're supposed to go in with a lighter concealer in the areas where you would normally highlight your face, and then you're supposed to go in with a super dark concealer. You're supposed to contour your face darker than you normally would, and also highlight a way lighter than you normally would. And then you go in with a cream blush product before you then go in and apply your normal everyday foundation. My normal everyday contour is really pretty much the darkest. Yeah, it's pretty much the darkest shade. So I don't know how unless I use black. I'm not sure if I can go darker than my normal contour shade. So I'm just going to use my normal everyday contour and see if we get the same results. But for the lighter concealers, I have the Tarte Shade Tape Concealer in the shade Deep. Focus. Okay, I have the Tarte Shade Tape Concealer and this e.l.f. and this e.l.f. concealer, and these two are the lightest concealers that I own. So I think I'm going to go in with this first and then top it off with this to see how it looks. I never really use this concealer shade because it's so light. But that's what the technique calls for, so. And then a bit on my forehead. I'm going to top it off with the e.l.f. concealer. This concealer is really amazing, guys. It's much lighter than the other one, as you can see. And then I'm now going to go in with my contour, and then I'm going to go in with the Black Opal Stick Foundation in the shade Black Walnut. So this foundation is what I usually mostly always use to contour my face. So I'm going to apply a little of the concealer to reverse contour, and yeah, now we're ready to blend. So I'm not supposed to blend it out completely so it disappears. I'm just going to blend it out using my Real Techniques blending sponge. This sponge is damp. Starting off from the areas where I don't really have a lot of product, and then working my way in. So highlight first and then contour. At least that's what we saw from the video, right? Alright, so now is the moment of truth. Foundation application. And I'll be using my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation in the shade 450. So this is the foundation that I use almost every day, and this foundation matches me, so let's hope nothing has changed. And I'll be using my EVITA JOSEPH foundation brush to apply this foundation. I'm not sure, are you supposed to contour and highlight again when you're done? Because you seem to have already done it all already, so. But you can really see the blush peeking through. I don't think I'm going to re-contour my face, because no. But it doesn't feel like you have a lot of product on your face. It just feels like your it just feels like your normal everyday makeup. It's not too harsh. And I like to bring my foundation all the way into my ear, blend it all down, because I still want to look like the same person when I turn to the side of my face. So when you look this way, I don't have another thing going on all on the side. So I usually like to turn to the sides, blend my foundation up to my ear, and make sure I'm blending everything together down to my neck. And I feel like you don't really need to use as much foundation as you normally would when you do this technique. So I want to go in again with the blush, just go over that a bit, because I really did like how it looked. And yeah, so that's how the face is going to look after the whole technique. So this is basically it. So I'm just going to go in with my normal, like what I usually do, and that's just going to be setting underneath my eyes. And I'll be using my Sacha Buttercup, an oldie but a goodie. And you don't need a lot of powder when it comes to setting your under eye concealer. You don't. So remember to blend before you set. Always blend underneath your eye, under your under eye concealer, right before you set. So it's just, and looking up really helps with this when you're setting underneath your eyes. I'm going to bring that powder into my eyes, so I set that too. So all I did now was to go in with a bronzer, and I just used these two colors from my Morphe M50 palette just to bronze up my face. But now we're going to move on to the eyes. So to catch any fallout, I'm first going to put some translucent powder underneath my eyes, and I'll still be using the RCMA no color powder. I've really been loving applying my eyeshadow before I do my brows. What am I saying? So this powder is just to catch any fallouts that's going to come from my eyeshadow, and because it's a translucent powder, it'll be easy to brush it off once you're done. So for eyeshadow today, I'm going to be doing something a lot different from what I usually do, and I have two looks in mind. I'm not sure which one now exactly I'm going to do, but I have two looks in mind. But I'm still contemplating as to which one exactly I'm going to do, but let's see. So this is the eyeshadow look I finally decided to create, and I already have my lashes on. This lash gave me hell. I hope this other one doesn't do the same thing. I only used one palette, and I used my Morphe James Charles palette, and I used 3 brown shades. I used it to create this dramatic cat eye effect, and I only used brown tone shades. So I just used these brown shades and then this darker one. This darker one is what I used for my liner. So I'm going to be recreating this right now, and the first thing I'm going to do is to prime my lid again. So I'm going to go in with a little more concealer on this eye, the same light shade concealer that I just used. I don't know why I don't use this concealer often in my videos. I'm just going to warm that concealer up with my finger and then just blend it out. So I lied. I went in with this shade from my Morphe M50 palette, and I used that to set the concealer. This shade is pretty much my skin shade. To set most of the concealer to about half of my eyelid, make sure that concealer is really set and it's not going to move. So next thing, I'm just going to put the Morphe palette away. So the trick with this eyeshadow look is to gradually build up the intensity of the cat eye. So I'm first of all going to go in with this lighter shade, because this is the shade that is mostly in the central part of the eye. You can't really tell there's 3 shades because it's mostly blended out. So I started off with this shade, and I'm going to tap off the excess and then focus that. Anytime you take a shade, try your best to tap off the excess, because we're trying to gradually build the intensity of this shadow. So next, I'm going to be using the same brush. I'm going to be picking this next shade, and I'm going to be placing it underneath and winging it out completely. So I'm going to pick this shade now with the same brush. I'm still using the same eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to go under all those colors, then wing it out, also blending it into the other shades that we've just applied. So I'm now going to go in with a different brush. This brush is way more precise. It's a flat shader brush, and I'm going to pick the darkest shade and apply that in the outer corners of my eyes. So this is what we are going to use to really emphasize that cat eye. So I'm going to extend the inner corners of my eyes as well. And so as you go, you could lose the intensity of some of the lighter shades. So feel free to go back in with the lighter shades and keep reapplying them until you have the consistency, the shadow consistency that you want. Yeah, so it's really simple. I'm going to go in with the same on the lower parts of my eyes to So yeah, I don't know, what do you guys think? I thought that look was pretty simple. So then I'm going to go in with my mascara, and the mascara that I'm using is the Maybelline Big Colossal Mascara. It's time to pop on my lashes, and I'm going to quickly do that off camera, then I'll be back, because the first one gave me a lot of issues. And for my lashes, I always get my lashes off of AliExpress, and this I'm going to leave it linked in my description box down below. Actually, I'm going to leave all the products that I've used in this video linked in my description box down below. So if you're interested, please check out my description box down below. Everything is going to be there. I'm going to go in with my Black Radiance. This is the highlighter that I always use, my Black Radiance highlighter. I'm going to be taking a little bit on my fan brush on top of the excess. I wanted this look to be as neutral and as nude as possible. I think it adds a little something something. And then I'm going to put a tiny bit of that onto my chin, then on my brow bone. And then I'm going to put a little bit on the tip of my nose, bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow as well. And then yeah, the look is complete, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video up to this point. So I'm super excited I was able to create this eyeshadow look. More excited also because I was able to go through the whole underpainting technique. And guys, I don't think it's a bad technique at all. I don't see any difference in my makeup. I feel like it looks so much better. Everything seems to be concealed. Guys, I'm looking at my mirror, it's just behind. But I feel like everything looks very, very seamless, and a lot of the blemishes we began with has been covered. So yeah, and my makeup, it really doesn't feel cakey at all. I'm sure Mufida is going to use completely different products, so please remember to check out her channel as well. I really enjoyed filming this video for you guys, above and beyond everything. I enjoyed filming this video for you guys. Please feel free to hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss any of my videos. And let me know in the comment section down below if you've ever tried the underpainting technique. What do you think about it? And what do you think about my makeup overall? How do you think it turned out? I would definitely love to see you in my next video next week. But until then, bye!